My makeup just looks like I got punched in the face or something. Looks like I got black eyes. I didn't really, kind of did it this morning and just kind of forgot about it. Regular man problems. So I started, I tried this new thing, this new kratom product called 7-0. It's a pill of concentrate. It has a long name that goes along with it. I'll put it on the screen. I'm a regular kratom user, and I always like kind of worry about taking in all that plant material, because and also it's just, you know, I have a couple of coffees during the day where I make them, and it's just kind of messy, and I don't know. I mean, I love kratom. It saved me from a pill addiction, like a really bad pill addiction I had. I had it back when, I mean, I had my pill addiction at the best possible time. It was before it had kind of taken off in America as being, you know, the #1 fucking drug to ruin your life on, and white people killer, which is probably why it was made so big. But anyway, I was on that, and by the time I got off it is when it really started getting big in the country. So I got in, got out at a good time. But it was with the help of kratom that did that for me. Because when you're on opioids, if you don't take them, or if you don't, you know, keep redosing, you get really sick. Now, I get sick all the time. It didn't matter to me. I was not a person who ever stole for his habit or robbed anyone or anything like that. That wasn't my jam. If I ran out of money, I ran out of money. I'm not like breaking into people's houses or mugging people like a lot of people like to do here in this country. More and more all the time. So I was facing being sick a lot, you know, because I'm not good with money. So I just buy a bunch of stuff and be like, oh, this will last me till, you know, whenever. And it would last about half the time. And then I'd just suffer, you know. But I was also on a bunch of other stuff through my doctor. Like, I was prescribed to a dizzying amount of medications at that time. There were times I was on between 9 and 11 different medications. 9/11. Illuminati confirmed. Yeah, so it was the tail end of that when I was starting to realize, like, I don't think I need all these things. And I'd already stopped taking most of them because the antipsychotics they're just fucking brutal. And I wanted to get high, and it was interfering with that. So I mean, I always talk about how I stopped taking the psych meds and the psych ward meds like it was something like I just put my foot down and decided I'm not doing this anymore. No, I was getting high with the Percocet and wanted to not get my high fucked up. So so it was good because it got rid of a couple things at once, switching over to kratom. So switching over to kratom, what it does is it doesn't get you high like the pills does. It gives you a nice little warm buzz. But what it does, more importantly, is it fills up your opioid receptors so you don't get sick. So there's no withdrawal. So it's a perfect thing to use to get off of opiates. And then if you have if you continue to take it in a maintenance way, it kills any desire to run off and fucking get on the pills again. In fact, since I made this switch, I never had like the inclination to say, like, you know what, I'm gonna just go get pills. Thankfully, and you know, God is a big part of it too. When I got reacquainted with the Lord, that helped me with the drug thing, because it's a seeking behavior. You're trying to fill up something, you know, there's something missing, and usually that's God, you know. You can fill it with anything you want, but eventually, no matter what you have, that's why you see like these fucking celebrities and stuff, people with a lot of money, doing all crazy shit and fucking going mad anyway, because they get to a point where like, wow, I have all this stuff, I have all this money, and I'm still fucking miserable. Because there's a, not to get into a whole God thing here, but that's helped me a lot too. So with all that, I decided to check out this new thing, because a girl at the shop that we buy, occasionally we buy our creative matter. We have a few different people that I go to. And I was in there one day and said, hey, we got these new things and you want to try them? It's concentrated, I forget the ingredient, the A starts with, I'll put it on the screen. That it's concentrated that. And all I could think was, wow, that'd be great to be able to take a little pill and then not have to deal with the fucking, you know, the powder. Because the powder, I mean, like I said earlier, it's a lot of plant material. And man, this stuff is insane. Taking it, I saw a guy that made a post about it, which he summed it up pretty good. It's like after you take it, you're like, holy shit, you know, like what the fuck did I just take? It's very intense. It's very strong. It reminds me a little bit of like when I tried to take Suboxone to get off opioids, to the point where I figured I'd try that. That was a fucking disaster. It was just too strong. But it's not the same kind of feeling, but it's the same kind of difference in strength from the original substance. Like, this is way, way stronger than the kratom. Like, you will feel like high. It gives you a high. It's almost like opioids are the same feeling as opioids, because it kind of is. It's just a naturally occurring one. But so that's the thing about the product. It's like, yeah, it works great. It's awesome. However, that could also be a bad thing too. You know, because I could easily see myself ending up in a situation where I have to, you know, buy them all the time. With kratom as it is now, you can kind of get off it by just lowering your dose. You know, I'd put less stuff in the coffee, and if I had to, I haven't found the need to. How you doing, man? I haven't found the need to have to get off. So, you know, I still take it every day. But yeah, I don't know how you would. It would be a long taper with this stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to do a review of it, but I guess I am. This is a review. This is a review for whatever. It's fucking great. It's fucking great. I think if you wanted to try it, and just to try it, to get, you know, super high, it's fun. But yeah, I just don't know about doing this on a regular basis. I feel like I'm cheating by taking this stuff. I feel like I'm going back to street drugs. It's the same kind of feeling. I mean, I'm not saying it's as potent, you know. It's supposed to be more potent than morphine, like by some demonstrable amount too. I forget what it is, but yeah. So, but I could easily see this going in a direction where I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna take one more. No, I'm just gonna take one more. And then like it goes from, you know, taking 2 a day to taking 5 a day, and the next thing you know, because I guess there's no upper end to this stuff. Like with the powder, you if you take too much of it, right, you'll make you a little sick, and you'll reach a point where you're not getting anything out of it. You're just kind of flooding your system with plant material, which is not what I was concerned with anyway. But with these, I guess there's no upper end to it. I don't know what happens. You just be sitting there nodding, I guess. Yeah, so it's, you know, as far as a product, it's great. It works too well. I can't see them not trying to get some sort of legislation against this. They, of course, and unfortunately, well, thinking of it now, as I tend to think 7 steps ahead with these things, it could very well be a government concoction. Like, they made this so that they can use that as a reason to ban kratom, because they don't like the kratom scenario. They'd rather have you on pharmaceutical drugs, not for the money, because as we've talked about here, nothing is about the money in this world. Nothing. Money only matters to us people. They have more control. They have you picking up a prescription. They know your name. They know your address. They know where you are. They know what you're on. If you're getting kratom at a head shop, they don't know anything about you. You know, I'm kind of like that. Like, they don't have a lot on me, and you know. So, I mean, it's a control. They want to know where their people are, and then to be able to exploit that in some way. Of course, you know, that's everything is about taking care of their cattle better. About you know, knowing where their cattle is, knowing, you know, herding them all into a place where they can count them and see them and know where they are. Nothing's about money. So, yeah. But coming back to the beginning, yeah, these things are awesome. These things are awesome. They're too good. Like I said, I feel like I'm cheating or something. I'm like, you know, I'm starting to think like, hey, maybe we could throw a couple drinks on top of this, or you know, this would be nice with a little bit of that other thing that I haven't thought about in a long time. You know what I mean? So it's fucking, you know, it's not ideal. If you're a kratom user and trying to just, I don't know, get away from the plant kind of material stuff like I wanted to, and drinking all this, having to make copies every day, or however you do it, however you make drink your kratom. I know there's edibles too, but I don't know, I don't really like the edibles, you know. And whereas I'm only taking a certain amount of kratom, with these, taking these is already like 4 times the amount I would normally take drinking it. And the potency is a lot higher too, so I can only imagine the withdrawal would be like way, way worse, you know. So it's a scary product. It's a scary product. Depending on how you feel about things, that's either good or bad. Long-time viewers may have noticed I've been hovering around Ross 333. Very significant, of course. Of course it's 333, right? Why wouldn't it be? So you see me hovering here, you know that I'm waiting to go in, so I'm just going to go ahead and go in and check the plastic shit aisle. But as always, thanks for dropping in. Say hi to me in the comments. I always like talking to you guys. Very lucky to have the people that show up here and have been for a while. It's really cool. I appreciate that stuff. Till next time, don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.